Hello to all my story lovers. Welcome back in Storytime channel. Today I am reading chapter number 23, Insensitivity Index from Wise Otherwise book by Sudha Murty. Now let's go through it. February is usually a season of housewarming functions, thread ceremonies, and quick weddings, particularly for software engineers who come back from the USA on short visits. It is also the time for students to prepare for their examinations. My friend Suma had purchased a house and was keen that her close friends attend the housewarming ceremony. For us, it was an occasion to get together after a long time. The traditional ceremony was going on when I reached her house at an early hour. The other friends had not yet come. I found a place to sit and watch the puja while waiting for my friends. Though the house was quite a big one, the puja was being performed in a small hall and just two carpets had been spread for the guests to sit on. Suma was busy doing the puja. She was wearing a beautiful silk sari, and the flowers in her hair added to her grace. As usual, the majority of the guests had nothing to do and were thus engrossed in chatting about variety of topics: the problems of teenagers, the Prime Minister, gossip about Madhuri Dixit, Miss India, the best beauty parlors, the latest fashion jewelry. The list was endless. However, it was the subject of in laws that received the maximum attention and active participation from many. Though I was listening to the conversation, there was an altogether different thought at the back of my mind. It had been hardly a week since the Gujarat earthquake, and almost all the TV channels had been telecasting the latest information. Although I did not know the victims personally, just the thought of their plight sent a shiver through my body and tears well up in my eyes. All this was my mind constantly. Though I was not taking part in the conversation, I could not help but hear what some of the guests were saying. Look at Suma, lucky person. She got such a beautiful house at a good price. There was a tinge of envy in the woman's tone. How much did she pay? Hardly 50 lakhs. It was distress sale. I know the man who owned the house. Why was there a distress sale? He owned a factory and recession hit his business badly. So he had to close the factory and sell the house. This house is so beautiful. All marble flooring and attached bathrooms with fitted tubs. It's a steal for this price. By the way, how are the preparation for your daughter's wedding getting along? I thought it is better to go to the Kanchipuram and buy all the saris there. It works out cheaper and choice of color combination is better. What about silverware? That's no problem. I know a person in Chickpet. He is our silver myth. I have told him to make 1000 silver kumkum burnies and 100 small silver bowls. The burnies will be given to distant relative and the bowls to the closer people. Have you thought of catering? Am I fool not to think about catering? I have discussed with my children and husband in detail. We have decided to have pani puri, bhel, chat stalls on one side and the South Indian snacks on the other side. Cool drinks and sweets are also included. We all love Gujarati sweets, But our cook has gone to Gujarat. He has lost his family. I wouldn't want him to come to the wedding because it is inauspicious. By the way, how much did you contribute to the earthquake relief fund? They were collecting money in my office, but I told them that I had given money elsewhere and did not participate. Our country is always facing one problem or another. There is no end to the problem. So why pay? Anyway, I don't have any relatives in that area. I wondered what our so called upper middle class people were doing for Gujarat. Is it not a part of our country? I do agree that life is larger than death. One cannot go on mourning forever. But is our life full of only silver kumkum, bharnis, and Kachipuram saris and wedding menus? Our children learn from watching us. If we all behave in this way, our next generation will also have the same insensitive minds. I remember the story of young prince with a beautiful wife and child. When he saw a sick person, an old person, and a dead body, he renounced the world, became ascetic, and perched in our land. What would his social sensitivity index have been? How much have we learned from him? This is the end of the experience. Do you like it? Then comment it.